Hello and welcome to One India. Joining me right now is the Deputy Chief Minister of the state of Andhra Pradesh, the Janasena Party Chief, and famously known to movie fans as Power Star. Sir, first question to you. Your journey from being Power Star to the Deputy Chief Minister of the state of Andhra Pradesh hasn't been a smooth one. You've seen your ups, you've seen your downs. From winning one seat in 2019 to having a 100% win record in 2024. If you were to describe your journey, how would you describe it and how has it been, sir?
I don't know, I never felt that way. I never judged myself. But I can say, I get these words. It's chaotic, turbulent, and stable. It was not an easy path. And I never wanted to be in the films in the first place. In the first place, I never wanted to be in films, and my thought was always, I don't know, maybe I was in search of something, I don't know what it was. Maybe when I was pursuing my school, or maybe I did just 2 years of my college, I had quit college. I was not happy the way they teach me. And I don't know, right from my childhood, my thought, especially from 8th grade and 9th grade, my thought was that education and employability were two big things for me. I said, if I learn this, what do I get? As I felt my heart is was in something else. So school was not teaching that. So from there, the reason why I said it was chaotic and turbulence, in between, every part of my life was very chaotic and turbulent, but I was looking for some stability in that. So that's why I think immediately these are the three words which followed, right from education, in films. I never wanted to be an actor. My brother was an actor. My brother is an actor. When he asked me, and he never asked me in the first place, but a lot of people around me, they used to ask. But I was interested in many things. For me, the simple quest is just to learn. That's it, nothing else. Just to learn for the sake of it. In that process, I got exposed to many things, maybe political ideology, history, you name it, science and everything. So I don't know what I would be hooked to. Okay, do I like this? I don't know. So finally, but one thing was consistent right from my childhood till today, it is injustice. That is one consistent part. And I used to, whatever I am today is only to answer my own queries, my own confusions. In that process, I think to get a clarity about myself, I think I was doing this journey, including political journey. So from actor, I said, I was clueless. I was in a spiritual pursuit. I thought, why did I get into a spiritual pursuit is, when you don't want to change the world, when you can't change the world, you're helpless and you're disillusioned. For me, I found escape in going to ashrams and getting, or else gain a lot of powers, superior means, what do you call it, spiritual powers, and use it for society. That was the thought. Then at one point of time, I realized it's not leading anywhere. Even if you attain that kind of powers, it won't take you anywhere. But the real action is to do it in a very practical manner. So finally, from my spiritual quest, I want to make a living, because by then I was 22 or 23. I said, God, I didn't do anything. Then someone offered, why don't you do films? I don't know how to do. Though my brother is an actor, I don't know how to perform. So by lack of choice, I got into acting. Somehow it worked. But I'm a keen learner. So I learned the filmmaking aspect, and normally I'm a guy who gives his best for any situation which comes to him. So from there, actor, and always that social injustice was always there. That's one consistent aspect that made me to plunge into politics. This is
Would
it.
you believe that somebody who never wanted to be an actor today has a place in the hearts of crores of people?
That's a strange one, huh?
Yes. So coming to the issue at hand, a very serious one. You've been at the forefront of it. You've spoken extensively and you've been very vocal about the Sanatana Dharma and the need to form a particular ball. The first question, sir, where is the issue at this point in time in terms of action? What can we expect from the state government? Because multiple organizations have come out. Somebody has sought for a court-ordered probe. Somebody has sought for a CBI probe. There are all sorts of messaging coming up.
No, why don't you see? People are looking at it as a prasad issue. For me, I'm not looking at it as an issue of prasad. Definitely, it is an issue. I think most of them, in general, not everybody I can say, but in general, the general public I can say. I don't know about the organization heads and mud chiefs. I'm not talking about them. But let it be political parties or political commentators, they're thinking laddu or prasad as just one issue. They don't know the before of it and post, pre and post. The issue is not about just prasad. It is the way we run temples. It is the way we jump into conclusions. And the attack on Sanatana Dharma has been consistent all through these decades. Ever since I'm in, at least, I can say at least ever since I come out of maybe a little awakening which I had around what is happening around me, say at least 3 to 4 decades. Right from I was 14, I'm aware. I was always aware. For me, I prefer equality. The issue is not about today. Okay, today it is a prasad, laddu, the desecration or whatever thing, a sanctity of prasad. Okay, we will find the culprits. We will punish them. Let it be CBI or let it be CBI or anybody, whichever authority. But the issue is they might resolve it. They will resolve it definitely. The culprits will be punished. But what I'm looking at is beyond this. We have to find a mitigation mechanism or to confront such happenings, occurrences in future. And that is very essential for the health of our democracy. The problem with is such occurrences, such situation happens. The problem is Hinduism, the attack on such situation is not from, I don't see it much from Muslim society or Christians, from Christians. The attack is more from Hindus, within Hindus. These Hindus, the so-called, they say they're Hindus, but they don't have respect for Sanatana Dharma. And they comment easily, and they are the ones to be corrected in the first place.
Are you hinting at a lack of unity?
It's not lack of unity, there is enough, unity is not the issue. There is some cohesiveness is lacking. See, the Sanatana Dharma allows you to be, this is an ever-evolving religion. There are no fixed tenets, this is right, this is wrong. This is ever-evolving. Always there is a lot of amendments can be done. Time to time, it keeps happening. What was right for certain times, we make corrections. There is a Sanatana Dharma keeps on evolving. It keeps on integrating. It lets you, even if you are a hardliner, if you're an atheist, you have a space. You can express views, but what I'm saying is everyone is bound to have views. I don't have any problem. But because people keep quiet, that has become a regular occurrence to attack it. For me, today, Laddu Prasad issue is what anyone should have done. Or some kind of desecration happened. The simple thing is, we should nab the culprits or someone, maybe it's a simple, if you strip everything, it is a simple food adulteration.
So the issue at hand with respect to the Tirupati laddu has gone on to hurt the sentiments of crores of people who believe in the Sanatana Dharma across the country. You've been at the forefront of it. At the moment, what is it?
Very simple. For me, what I look at is some kind of desecration happen, which a group of people finds it, makes it, it's a holy prasad for them. Because that's the nearest way to be more closer to God. Consuming, taking the prasad of Lord Balaji is I'm blessed. And it has certain norms, certain ways of making it. Imagine people who does raza in Ramzan time, they don't eat from morning to evening. And imagine some desecration happens. It hurts every Muslim.
Yes.
The faith says, I don't want to, we are not supposed to, you have to do fasting from sunrise to sunset.
Yes.
That is, their faith said that, and they're following it. So how you do this? And also when you say, okay, when a Muslim wants to eat meat, it should be halal certified, done in a halal manner. Imagine if it is not done. It is an issue. We cannot question, okay, why do you want to do it? It's simple, okay, an average Muslim personality says, hey, that's what I believe, that's what I say, I want to do. But the problem is, same thing happens in a Hindu system. The question comes from, if some kind of such violation happens, Hindu won't get a support from his own Hindus, fellow Hindus. They are so divided, disintegrated, and that's the issue. So regarding Tirupati Prasad, also the same issue. It is a set of norms are there. These norms have happened, it evolved since 700 years. And last 300 years, the concept of all the, it used to call boomly. So it was it was not rolled into a rounded ball, so shape. And finally, 300 years back, they made it more easy to offer this way. And a lot of reverence and devotion goes into that quality. Why do we wash feet and go inside? Why do we take shower? Because it is way of cleansing, and it's a purification process. You do with the purity. Prayer should be done at a purity level. The prasad to be offered, it should be with a complete purity. So what are the ingredients go into it? More purified form.
Got it.
It doesn't allow beef fat. It doesn't allow pig fat. It doesn't allow fish oil.
Yes.
There are certain norms to it. So when the norms are being violated, a lot of people who doesn't even eat garlic, who doesn't even eat onion, they're devotees of Lord Balaji. And imagine for them, even garlic is a desecration for them.
Yes.
Eating garlic and eating onion. So everyone believes, okay, they come to a common minimum understanding, okay, this is what it is. It gives sanctity for that. The problem is when it is not been practiced, when something has been violated, the ingredients which are not supposed to go into it, when they went inside, and it is a violation of trust.
100%.
And that did hurt people, that enraged people. And imagine someone says it, who are the board members? I'm not, the concept is I'm not blaming whom I'm blaming? I'm blaming the regulatory body there, the authority which was sitting there. You're supposed to look into it. Instead of saying, okay, mistake happened, we are sorry, we will look into it, a simple apology, sorry, would have reduced it. I'm not saying they won't be left out, they won't be, we won't leave them, but it would have lessened the mitigation. But they didn't do it, they escalated it. And where they're drawing their strength from? They're drawing their strength from Hindus, society is divided, fellow Hindus can be abused, fellow Hindus can be done, because you can't raise your voice because we are also Hindus. This is the group. How much percentage, it depends. But for that group, I'm also Hindu. I'm also respect other religions. But here I'm questioning not Muslims or Christians.
Fellow Hindus.
I'm questioning the Hindus who doesn't have respect for Sanatana Dharma. You are the prime culprits
Got it.
for this entire episode. For them, to escape, to safeguard Hinduism, Hindu society should be safeguarded from the people within Hinduism who attack Sanatana Dharma.
Got it.
I think that's what the whole episode turned out into.
Sir,
It
as
is
a-
not just about prasad.
The executive officer of TTD coming out and saying that the ghee was never used, that the adulterated ghee was never used. Whereas the chief minister's statements and all the other statements after that confirmed that the adulterated ghee was in fact used to make laddus. So, if you could just give us some clarity on whether the ghee was used or no in the first place, it can clear out the doubts of crores of devotees who today are in a confused state because of that one news report.
If ghee was not used, the issue would not have arisen to this point. It's as simple. And especially we are very, very cautious and careful to say a statement before. When the EO says now, he was not talking about then. He's talking about once they have taken charge. Because when Mr. New EO has taken charge, I was also asking why. If you noticed, I was raising this since many days. You will have, if you want my office, we can give you that visuals where I have spoken consistently about the quality of prasad.
During the election campaign also.
Yeah, I have also said it. So it is not something new. Everyone said that something is not right. So when the EO who has taken charge, and he means, maybe he's not a, because because they say it he's a bureaucrat, he doesn't exactly, and also sometimes English, if you said it in Telugu, when they say it, when he said it, what he meant was, I asked him the other day, he met me, I said, what he meant was, now whatever, in fact, he gave me prasad. I asked him, he said, but no sir, this is, after we blocked the company and this ghee has been tested and with this ghee we made it. That's what he meant. But the way he put it, I hadn't seen the visual, but for me there was no confusion because he said it right. But people who doesn't understand the language, people who want to twist, have a different meaning to it, they can say it. But actually we are on the same page. All of us are on the same page.
So yesterday you did an entire press conference and you also responded to Mr. Prakash Raj, who came out and spoke something about this particular issue. Today he has responded to your press conference and he says you tried misquoting him or twisting what he has quoted. What would you like to say?
No. There's no such way. I like Prakash Raj. He's a good friend of mine, and I always liked him. He was, in fact, we share a great bonding. Though we differ on political aspects and his opinion, that's a different story. But as an actor, I truly respect him and I like him, frankly. I love to perform with him. And I have a few more days' work also with him. See, first of all, when Sir Prakash Raj Garu is, first of all, there is no need for him to comment on this, on my tweet. It is something, some adulteration happened, some sanctity has been violated. I said that. There is no comment. My thought was, people who are involved in it should be punished. There is nothing to do with religion, nothing. But he commented and he dragged your friends in Delhi.
He meant the BJP.
BJP and Modi ji or who are the leadership. So I know his comments. He feels he's a great secularist. So where your thought comes from? Such idea, what you said it comes from your definition of secularism. So it is not just Mr. Prakash Raj alone, whoever were commenting on me on the social media or on the political commentators, they think they are the saviors of democracy and they are epitome of secularism. I want to tell them, guys, I know for secularism I have a slight, it's not my own opinion, average Indian feels it. For them, secularism is something you can comment on. So the moment I said I didn't misquote or something, I understood his intention, where you are coming from.
You read between the lines.
That's read between the lines. My question is, did you comment on Bangladesh? When Hindus are being killed, did you comment? You don't comment. If you had commented, I don't know, I'm not aware, I'm glad. See, this, not just Prakash Raj, any kind of secularist who claims to be his secularist, it's very easy to comment on what is happening in the Hindu society. They're scared to comment on any other religion, which I hate that.
You say they are dual standards.
I said, what is secularism? All are equal. Whether I'm a person of an X religion, a person of Y religion, or Z religion, that's not the issue. Whoever does the mistake, who wants to make a comment, please do it. That's what an average Indian wants. I grew up from a very simple middle class family who doesn't come from a great political background, but I wanted my leaders to be like this. Just because I'm a leftist doesn't mean I'm not going to comment on. Imagine the sacred thread was will be adorned by Brahmins or certain classes of society. It was pulled and snapped by one guy. The one who snapped, it happened in the temple in Bhimavaram. It was done by another Hindu only. And no one comments about it. Of course, I raised my voice. Any kind of some wrongdoing happens, or it's easy. Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism is the easiest target, punching back to be commented for the so-called secularists. And Prakash Raj is one such secularist. That's the reason why he commented on laddu.
So my last question on Tirupati before we get into 100 days of governance and the Guinness World Record achieved by your department. There is an allegation coming in from the opposition in the state of Andhra Pradesh. They say recently the IT minister and the son of the present chief minister went on to give a media statement saying TTD, when questioned about the delay in the timeline, he went on to give a statement saying TTD is an independent body and the chief minister can only appoint the executive officer but cannot exercise control over the board. So the Mr. Nara Lokesh had said that to the media. So their counter question right now to the ruling government is, if today TTD is independent and that justifies the delay in making the report public despite receiving it on the 23rd of July, then how is it that the then chief minister, Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, can be attacked? Because TTD even back then was independent is what they say.
Okay, but when did we comment on Jagan? We are commenting on TTD board. I personally, I'm saying it on record right now. I didn't comment on Mr. Jagan. I'm commenting on the board which was constituted under his leadership. My question is simply, as you are not aware, I absolutely agree with this argument. It is constituted by you, but you are not the reason for it. Okay, right. These are the findings. Let the investigation go on. Let them find out. Why do you get scared? Why do you defend those people? That's what my question is.
Okay, him defending and the fear that you're citing is...
Yeah, because you're defending, that means you're a part of it. If I am in Jagan Reddy's position, what I'll say, okay, that's fine. I'm the chief minister. I was chief minister then. I don't know what exactly happened. I'm sorry. If such sanctity has been violated, I'm sorry. Please go through it. I'm open for it. It's as simple as this. But if I say, it's not mistake of ours, it's not, I said, who's saying it's your mistake? We understand. Every prasad, every laddu is that you won't sit and do it. You are a chief minister. I'm not blaming that. I'm very clear. But you're not letting anyone to be commented. You're not letting the issue to be to comment on this issue. You're not letting anything to go forward. You're saying it's political. Why would we do it? So the reason why I said we would never do it is Ramatirtha. Imagine for any religion other than Hinduism, if it happens to their religion, if their idols, if their place of desecration, place of worship has been desecrated, can you imagine that entire world would explode? Here in Ramatirtha, this land of Sanatana Dharma bows down to Lord Sri Rama. that Lord Sri Rama statue has been severed, has been cut off. And I'm a very serious devotee of Lord Sri Rama right from my childhood. And everyone knows that we worship Lord Hanuman. An entire Rama Japam goes in our home. It hurts us, but, and I'm in politics too, I could have taken it up as a very political issue. But we know that would rake up raw emotions, especially a person like me when I speak. So I made it a point to what extent it has to be taken forward. I had done that much and I left it there, requesting them, you take action, which they didn't take. But the repeated actions, the repeated occurrences, when it becomes a practice, and I had been seeing it for decades, after being in politics, after Rama had been severed. So when, if not now, when? That's what.
Sir, 100 days of governance, 100 days since the Kutumi has come to power in the state of Andhra Pradesh. How do you analyze 100 days in terms of performance? And the second part of that question would be, I mean, I couldn't avoid but notice the posters of an ex-minister joining your party on the way to this particular office. So now a lot of people are preferring to, jump ship and come to the GSP.
No.
So how do you analyze the performance and what is the way forward for Janasena Party as a political outcome?
I'm telling you, I'm the most reluctant actor and a reluctant political leader. Destiny made me to be here. And my only quest is to speak from the bottom of your heart. That's what I trained myself all these years. And I want to curtail criminalization of politics as much as I can within my limits. And to give a dignity to suppressed sections of society and to increase a lot of employment capabilities in the people through skill development. And for me, this 100 days was purely focused on that. I'm a very great environmentalist, very committed environmentalist. And I love nature, I want to protect nature. So all these things made me to go, these were my ideals, my passion for it. But to let people look, I was focused only in this 100 days what best I can do. We did 13,326 panchayats, which were neglected by the last government. And I started empowering them right from roads and connectivity, Narega, National Rural Employment Scheme. And we are getting funds and we are doing it. And whatever they could not do in the last 34 years, we increased the funds for Gram Panchayats. And these, I was looking at this, but I didn't ask anyone to join my Janasena. Because for me, I'm a bit cautious. The reason is I never expand parties. I don't like to join people. The reason is I want people of good commitment. People something, you believe in it. You come into my party. People who just want to leave the party, I said, please go, that's fine, I'm fine. Here I'm with a certain resolve, certain commitment. You believe in this, you come into it, otherwise I'm fine. So when people, and these are the leaders who were reasonably, and they're unlike YCP leaders, though they were in YCP. And we have communal friends between us, and they were quite dignified in those times. So when later they approached me post, ever since they wanted to come before the election also. And I said, we are in alliance and I don't like to, I cannot promise something which I cannot deliver. And they went ahead. And now it is not because of failure, because the connect with me they had. They feel we need a little decency in politics. We cannot handle this kind of political party we are in and we want to come out. Could you give us space? I said, right now I cannot. So I think the time has come for them, and they extended. They asked my to my opinion, but they would like to come. Then I said I welcome them.
So last question. Obviously, the next logical step for the party, right, party workers, leaders, they would obviously want to see their leader take the next step. Is that even a thought right now? I mean, is being on the CM seat one of the aspects that you're seeing in the foreseeable future?
See, for me, okay, positions are. I never wanted to be deputy CM. I never wanted to be an actor. Never wanted to be a political leader. I never. All the things I wanted good for my nation, good for my society. Maybe that all made me boil down. That made me. Everything conspired to be to let me be here. Okay, I never asked for a position. If position, you imagine if today's, for example, yesterday what I had spoken, imagine that this position of deputy CM is not there, still I would have been the same. So for me, if I become something in the process, but I wanted it to happen in a very organically, it is not something I want to be chief minister because I know we need experience and expertise of Sri Chandrababu Naidu, because his experience counts a lot. His administrative ability needs. So here there is no confrontation, there is no backstabbing. No. I'm very clear personally. I want the best things happen to my people, best things happen to our nation, and that's it. In course of time, we don't know. If it happens, well and good. If it doesn't happen, still I'm well and good.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir, and we wish you all the luck with all your endeavors going forward. And we look forward to interviewing you once again sometime. Thank you so much.